Uh-oh. About to get popping. Everybody hit that like button. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right. Okay, here we go. Little Dak Prescott. Okay, here we go. All right. I'm here in spirit. I'm not here for real. Pulling up the chat. Pulling up the chat. Where am I at? Oops. All right, what's going on, everybody? What is going on? We are live here from the After Review Studios. I am your host, Peter. Hope everyone is having a fantastic night tonight. I kind of like that better at the bottom. I was trying to the top. I like the little ticker at the bottom a little better. No, it's harder to see. Green, what's up, what's up, what's up? Raiders suck. Yes, they do. They are bad. Had a few nice plays. Thank God it's not their starters, but my buddy on the ground in Seattle said their wide receivers are bad. Ruining my night. Yeah. Preseason week 1. Ruining your night. I get it, though. I'm the exact same way. You want to see your team actually doing something instead of nothing. But our big news on the night. I don't want to say I told everybody, but I told everybody. Anthony Richardson dislocates his pinky after a big sack. It was a nice hit over there. Exits versus the Ravens. It's just another something with Anthony Richardson. Dislocated his right pinky finger, so on his throwing hand, needs that to grip the football. Just awful for him. He's day-to-day. But this is typical. It's always something with Anthony Richardson. He's always hurt. Then he's bad. But they really don't have much other options. I mean, Daniel Jones looked pretty bad in this game. 10 of 21, 144, 6.9. Did take a sack. He looked bad early, but he's playing against like backups. Like, bro, you should be cooking the backups. Ravens did win the game, 24-16. Back from his injury a year and a half ago, Keaton Mitchell, 9 carries, 68 yards, and a tutty. He looked awesome, so you got to be ecstatic if you're a Ravens fan. Get the little dual backfield going. Obviously, our guy, Derrick Henry, is going to carry the main load, but good to see. Cooper Rush threw a pick on the first play. That was hilarious. 2 of 4 on the night. Devin Leary was pretty awful, 3 of 12. They also added a punt return for a touchdown in this game, so Ravens special teams had a nice night. Colts just looked bad overall. I mean, I didn't see really anything. Warren had 3 catches for 40 yards. That's fun. That's something to look on. A.D. Mitchell, 2 for 37. And my man, Laquan Treadwell, still hanging around there, 1 for 24. Good for him. Such a bust. I thought he was going to be great. I'm in a toxic relationship with them. They suck. I root for my childhood team, the Pats. Then game day comes around and I'm hyped, and then they kicked in the dick. Life as a Raiders fan. Look up the Ravens rookie injury history. Leg hit was sideways. Okay, I'll look up his injury. I didn't see that. Freddie, Raider Nation for life. Welcome. You and Green can bond over some Raiders misery right here, because he's not happy after that one. Let's go on our favorite media site, X, and find it. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I was trying to find the mute before I sneeze. Let's see. Ravens injury. Let's look at this. Let me see. Suffered tears to his ACL, MCL. Bihal Crone, 6th-round pick out of Western Michigan. Devastating. You don't want to see that. I see a Can I see the play? Where? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, his knee, that's not good.
suffered tonight's preseason injury in tonight's preseason
MCL
game.
and ACL tear. That's also pass interference by the offense.
Colts.
And my man's, oh, that's bad. That's not great. Ugh. Yeah, you weren't joking, man. Holy smokes. Leave me alone, Pete. No, I'm going to bully you tonight. We do, but we got to have faith every year. Hey, I think they're heading in the right. At least the Raiders seem like they're heading in the right direction. I like the direction the Raiders are heading in. And Gino, like, the starters didn't play. Like, we didn't see any Genti tonight, did we? I don't think so. No Gino. Like, we'll be okay. They got to figure out the wide receivers and the DBs. Was up Kobe out for the season? Oh, what's up? Kobe out for the season. Yes. Zay. We are staring at that. But the Ravens did look good. Special teams look good tonight for the Ravens, though. Had the punt return for a touchdown. Nice long kick return. 2 special teams look good for the Ravens. So I'd be happy about that at least. And having Mitchell back, coming off the injury, hasn't played in a year and a half. He looked awesome. So, yeah, and when the Raiders were good, you were probably a child, Green. Like, the Raiders have just been so bad. They haven't won a playoff game since that Super Bowl loss. That's crazy. But Freddie still got the faith. That's career threatening. I don't know about that. Maybe because he's a 6th-round pick. Maybe. It's not going to be good. But it could be like a year and a half injury. Like, he may be out all of this year and like most of next year too, depending. But the Ravens will probably keep him on like the IR. He's cheap. He can rehab with them, especially if they liked him, which I feel like they did if he was in this game. What time was he in this game? What part of the game is this?
Ravens rookie Bilal Cohen.
Yeah, first quarter, so they probably pretty high on him at least as a 6th-round pick in this spot. But Steelers going 14-2. Vontae on the Steelers. You know, I've been out on the Steelers, but I think I'm getting pulled back in. I think I'm getting pulled back in on the Steelers a little bit. Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tomlin, good vibes right now. They didn't call OPI. That's crazy work. Did he say he stepped out of bounds? I mean, like, this is clearly offensive
terrible injury.
Like, clearly he's pushing off. He clearly pushes off. And they called DPI because he pulled him down. He pushes off and he pulled him down. That's exactly. So did they call DPI there? No flag? Refs just don't give a shit. Like, that's clearly pass interference right there. He pushes him at the top of this route. He pushes him and then he pulls him down. So it's OPI, DPI. Like, you can see the white tape pushing him. Crazy work. That's crazy work. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. It helps us out a ton. Get us out in the stream. But, Freddie thinks they'll do better. Yeah, we did good in 2016. True, made the playoffs. Lost. A couple of playoff appearances, couple of losses. The Bengals game. Don't get Green started on the Bengals game. The Bengals playoff game. Mike Green looked strong tonight. That's good. I figured he would. Did Starks play at all? How did he look? Bengals shoot. There it is. Bengals shooting a 21. See, he beat me to it. Just see it. Yeah, it's definitely going to be hard to bounce back from. But if this was like a 1st-round pick, I mean, he'd be back. Now, longevity-wise, you could be getting quick arthritic knees. You could get cooked on that. We could be in real trouble with that. Yeah, I think he's going on the that's safe to say he's going on the IR. That was bad. Speaking of Joe Burrow, my man Joe cooked tonight. We all were like, what the hell are the Bengals doing? Why are they playing Joe Burrow? He needs to stay healthy. But they played Joe Burrow. They wanted to get into a rhythm. He hasn't played really in the preseason. He's always hurt. 9 to 10, 123, 2 tutties, including a nice one to Jamar Chase, who had 4 for 77 and a touchdown. Nasty work playing Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow in a preseason game. But you know what? I really don't feel bad because the Eagles ran the damn tush push. Eagles win this game 34-27. They ran the damn tush push in the preseason. That's diabolical. That's diabolical. Running the tush push in the fucking preseason. That's crazy work. Oh my God. Yes, DPI. Yeah, I can see that. He pulled them down. But I probably would have called both them. But the receivers can get away with pushing off. Good when we had Crabtree, Cooper, Lynch, and Woodson. I mean, Lynch was really hanging on last leg, but yes, Crabtree and a young prime Amari Cooper was cooking. That was an old defense. And a young Derek Carr. Uh-oh. Bub's back. I'm not, yeah. I heard my man, your guy, Emeka Ibuka, is killing it right now at camp. Starks played. Yeah, the DC went down. He was never the same. When Joe Burrow looked better, Joe Burrow looked really good tonight. AE, for real. AE's back. The sports edit. Bengals are crazy. They are crazy. I wouldn't pay Joe Burrow again. They talked about playing Joe Burrow again. I'm not fucking playing Joe Burrow again. Like, I got all I needed out of Joe Burrow. Keep my man healthy. Desmond Ridder with a lot of that. Slater out for the season again. Yep. Tore his patella tendon, and they just gave him a bag. So at least he got the bag. Just got a bag. But Rashawn Slater, unfortunately, is kind of made of glass. I really, really wanted him in that draft, and the Vikings ended up drafting Christian Darrisaw, and I think that worked out for the better. We traded back, got more picks, and we got Christian Darrisaw, and Christian Darrisaw had the one knee injuries, had a little bit of concussion stuff, but Christian Darrisaw is one of the top 3 tackles in the left tackles in the NFL when he's healthy, and he's a lot more healthier. That's not a real English sentence. A lot more healthier than Rashawn Slater's been, and so tough blow for the Chargers too. Does it in practice. It's a team that relies on their running game, good offensive line protecting their quarterback. So that kind of sucks for them. It's a blow in that division, especially. Yes, now Carr's out because of the shoulder pain, and he's got bought out. Basically, he basically got bought out not to play and not sit on the team. Help the Saints out in their disastrous cap situation. Such nonsense. Never gonna have to pay the Pied Piper. Rashaw, yeah, is dog, but can't beat the injury bug. True, cannot beat the injury bug. He also apparently had a divorce, and like they just got divorced, and then they paid him, which is kind of funny. So she didn't really get a piece of that. I don't know. They said they waited. I doubt it. I don't know. The Miami Heat did the same thing with Eric Spoelstra. Just wait till those divorces finalize, and then get those nice contract extensions and cash inflows. So. But this game wasn't on, so I didn't watch it, and I'm not a complete degenerate where I have like every single preseason game set up here. I do have the Seahawks and Raiders game on. I'll have it for week 2 probably, so I can watch my Vikings. I can watch my Vikings week 1 because they're on live on the NFL Network. So that'll be interesting to see, but I mean, I don't think we saw anything from the Eagles. None of these guys are going to play. I mean, A.J. Dillon, 5 for 27. He's still alive. Will Shipley, 7 for 48. Shun Derek Powell, cool name. Tanner McKee, DTR, probably sacked. DTR quarterback, 5 of 8. Not terrible. Kyle McCord, 1 of 5. Yikes. Ritter, Jake Browning, yeah. Kind of no deal. How did they lose this game? They ran for... Oh, because Tanner McKee was 20 of 25 for 252. That's why they let Kenny Pickett go. The Eagles like Tanner McKee. I definitely like Tanner McKee. Any wide receiver? Not really. Nothing crazy out there. Taj Brooks got a bunch of carries. He's going to be the backup running back over there. He wears Naheem Hines or whatever. Not Hines. Whoever they brought over. You know who I mean. That guy. Yeah, we play Saturday. Play Saturday at 4 Eastern. 3 playing the Texans, so love to see that. Lando Productions says Skull. Skull, brother. You seen Peacock went to $3 in price? Went up? No, I didn't see that. I'm paying attention. Dude, the NFL. Somebody had the chart. Like the NFL costs per season. NFL streaming. Hold on. Let's streaming. Cost. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So here is the cost. Here's the price to watch every game this NFL season. ESPN, $30 a month. Okay, that doesn't quite count if you have, so if you get, the big one is Sunday Ticket $480, which I have, yes, my dad has to have that. Because we have to watch the Viking games. I think he's had Sunday Ticket since like the 90s. Like, yeah, watching the Vikings game. So, Sunday Ticket, but you get ESPN with like your YouTube TV subscription. So it's not as expensive. So if you're getting Sunday Ticket, get YouTube TV, get Sunday Ticket. You're going to get all the Fox games. You're going to get all the ESPN games. So you're going to get Monday Night Football. You're going to get your Fox games. You're going to get your CBS games. You're getting your out-of-market games. You need Netflix for the Christmas games. You need Amazon for the Thursday night games. Peacock for, I'm sure, some bullshit, the Sunday Night Football game, but that comes with YouTube TV as well, so that's not bad. But you need them for a playoff game. Like, Peacock is like an exclusive playoff game. Paramount's your CBS, so it's really not as bad. What does a YouTube TV cost? Tube TV Sports package. Okay, $82 a month. Okay, $82 a month plus the 400. Okay, so it's really not that bad. So if it's $82 a month, you get that for 3 months. That's $240. That gets you Fox, Paramount, Peacock, basically, and ESPN, plus the Sunday tickets. So it's like $600, and then you got to pay for Amazon. So that's another $15. But at least you got Amazon Prime. You get the shipping at least. You better buy some shit off Amazon too. So we're probably looking at $800. It's not quite $1,100 over there if you want to go a la carte for everything, but it's still pretty expensive for the NFL. Let me catch up on the chat. Yeah, it's on NFL Network. All these streaming services are annoying. Yeah. Silex, my boy just won a John Randall, Kevin Green signed football 2 days ago. He's a diehard Vikings fan, and he's super excited. I would be too. John Randall is the man. Randall, probably the greatest undrafted player in NFL history. Just a demon. For lol Vikings meme. We do meme. Peacock now $16 a month. Yeah, brutal. Travis Scott, what's good, Unk? God, I feel old. They just called me Unk. I ain't that old. What's good? What's good? This is just stupid. It's riot worthy. Let's be real. I will say, I really like YouTube TV. I just almost choked on my gum right there. I do like YouTube TV a lot. You can get all your split. You get the split screens going. Sunday Ticket's the best. How do you think I'm so informed on all these games? I watch as many games as possible. I got all the mixes going. I'm locked the fuck in. And I rewatch any games that I feel like any games I feel like I didn't like really pay too much attention to. I go back on their YouTube pay channel, which you get access to if you sign up for Sunday Ticket, and I can rewatch the condensed games. So I watch like I rewatch the condensed games, so that's how I can watch it without everything's cut down. They're like half an hour, not even. Good to watch. I have Hulu Live, which is going to be Disney Live soon. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what. I could not help you, whatever the international shit is. It's going to be the new ESPN Direct service now. There's like a new one ESPN's launching that's going to have everything on it. Disney already owns Hulu. And they own ESPN, and they now own the NFL Network and shit like that. It's going to be ESPN. ESPN is dropping a new direct streaming service, which is not ESPN Plus. It's something new that they're dropping. Yeah, it's kind of nasty work. They might be failing, but they just dropped like $3 billion to get the NFL and WWE. So they got some cash. They're trying. Disney got some sort of cash. YouTube TV doesn't carry A&E channels. Yeah, they don't carry everything, but I'm strictly like, I'm only watching sports basically on my TV. Sports and sports talk. Might just buy YouTube TV. Walgreens, maybe I'm going to have to push to get like an affiliate link. Hold off on that. Maybe I'll get an affiliate link. Maybe I'll get a discount. Maybe you'll get a discount. Enzo, let's go Steelers. Another Steelers guy in the chat. Welcome, welcome. It's all fake. Let's be real. We're getting scammed. I'm canceling Peacock next year. That's probably not the worst idea. Peacock is Dan Patrick in the morning sometimes, and then obviously the games. What's YouTube TV carry? They carry a bunch of shit. Just go on their website and you can look. And they have like add-on packages you can get. You can kind of get certain things. Certain extra channels and stuff. Like I have the super sports package. Like get like FS2 and like the ACC. It's good for college football. You get like the ACC network and the Big Ten network. And the SEC network, obviously. So you get a bunch of extra shit. Raiders, Patriots. I mean yeah, you got to get Sunday Ticket for that shit. I wouldn't call it a scam if I'm watching all the games. Like, I don't think you understand. I will have I can set it up with my TVs that I can have all college football besides playoffs is on YouTube for free. I mean, some games relying on a stream isn't the best idea. I also, like I said, you get the 4-box mix. I can get the 4-box mix going. I can watch 12 games in a row. So what is a slight scam is that Apple was going to win. Apple won the Sunday Ticket bidding, or they were going to. And then they were going to charge like $30 a month for it. And the NFL said they're not getting it because they wanted to keep Sunday Ticket as a premium product. The NFL is who's fucking us. Roger Goodell, as he said, we're not competing against other sports. We're competing against Google and Apple. Crazy. Crazy. What's your opinion on the Bucks? Yuski, we talking Tampa Bay Bucks or we talking Milwaukee Bucks? Let me know. Tampa Bay or Milwaukee? Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't already. Get us out there in the Alago. That is crazy work. All right, Aiden O'Connell. Oh, Geno Smith did start tonight. What the fuck? 1 for 3, 15 yards. Roger Goodell should change his name to Roger Evildell. That's a little much of a mouthful, but Roger Evil. Roger Satan? Roger Satan. He certainly makes his damn money, that's for sure. All right, Big Cock Drew Lock, 12 of 22, 147, tutty and a pick. That's about what Drew Lock does every game. Aiden O'Connell, 5 of 10, 2 picks. Ugh. Blech. Mostert with a carry. Zamir White with a couple of carries. Sincere McCormick. They still can't run the football in Vegas, I guess. Genty, 3 carries, -1 yard. Bust. I heard the wide receivers had some drops. Donta Thornton Jr. Isn't Thornton Jr. the rookie who everybody's been super high on? Yes. Everybody's been super high on him. Did he have the drops? Chevelle, Skull Vikings from Bloomington, Minnesota. An actual Minnesotan. Nice. I cannot. Tom, Cowboys year. It's always the Cowboys year. Everybody give a good laugh for Tom. It's always the Cowboys year. Dude, the Cowboys are a dumpster fire right now. And I heard Jimmy Garoppolo is cooking them in the practices, in the joint practices. Jimmy Garoppolo is throwing no-look dimes on their ass. Without Micah Parsons, they're pretty much cooked. Oh my God, it's bad. Travis, what's your favorite NFL team? My favorite NFL team would be the Minnesota Vikings. Where is he? There we go. 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 I have end of the logo. Oh, we got the We got the logo. We got 1, 2, 3 Vikings mini helmets, a full-size Viking helmet, 2 signed Vikings helmets in the middle here, and a Justin Jefferson signed jersey. I like the Vikings. A little bit. Just a little bit. Bro, only team on TV is Saints and Patriots for me. Well, that makes sense. Wait, that's kind of random. Saints and Patriots. In Louisiana or New England? New England? I guess because of the time zones when they play. That's kind of a weird matchup. Let's go, Browns. It's going to be a long season, Travis. I hope you have beverages or a strong home. Florida? That's wild. No Buccaneers? I guess, so West Florida? It's got to be West Florida. Got to be in the Panhandle. Get the Saints. Diehard Browns fan. It's going to be a long season, my guy. But at least you got Myles Garrett. I do love Myles Garrett. That's my dog. And AFC North afternoon. Okay. So you might get the Bills or something. But yeah, West Florida, give me the Saints. That's crazy. I'd kind of want the Jags or the Bucks. I don't know. I don't want to watch the Saints, especially the Saints now. God, they're so dog shit. Parsons pulling a Garrett, going to sign a record contract. Well, they should have signed him beforehand, before TJ Watt got a goofy contract. Jerry Jones just handles this so wrong. It's so wrong. So wrong. Praying JJ McCarthy won't be a Christian Ponder 2.0. He ain't going to be Christian Ponder 2.0, but I'm worried about JJ McCarthy this year. I don't know if he's ready to carry a team to, like, aspirational. He's only 22 years old. He's pretty young. Defense is going to be really good, though, it sounds like, because the defensive line is kicking ass right now. Just want one Super Bowl before I die. Don't we all? I literally have a shirt that says someday, and my dad has a shirt just one before I die, so yes. And I think we will. We're by far the best team in the history of the NFL without a Super Bowl. By far, it's not close. We'd be we're the best team in the NFL if you include all the teams with one Super Bowl, and we have 0. The only teams better than us have multiple Super Bowl wins. It's crazy. Arch isn't coming out. Well, speaking of Arch, we didn't hear Archie Manning said Arch is staying at Texas for 2 years. And I had heard this rumbling before that the NFL guys want Arch Manning to start 2 years in college before he comes out. But do you? Like, I don't know. He's breaking the bank at Texas. He's got unlimited funds. He doesn't even need the funds as well. And is Steve Sarkisian a better coach than whoever the New Orleans Saints have right now? Like, maybe? Like, is he a better quarterback coach than... I think it's Garrett Nussmeier. I think Garrett Nussmeier's dad's on the staff. Now, they do have Kellen Moore as their head coach. Kellen Moore has some pretty good track record with quarterbacks, I'll say. So he's done pretty well. But interesting. We got the Super Bowl. The Browns got the toilet bowl. That's the only thing they've had. Miss Pittsburgh. Hello. Vikings, Pittsburgh fans strong tonight. Steelers takeover. Holy smokes. Vikings preseason game is Saturday at 3 o'clock Central, 4 Eastern against the Houston Texans in Minnesota. Wish it was in Houston. I would have went. Christian Ponder 2.0 is wild. Diabolical. Don't put that out in the air. Vikings about to have the greatest 8-9 season of all time. Lucas, I think it'll be a little bit better than that. But they could. Vikings tend to have, they had the best 14-win season, best wild card season of all time last year, too. 22 off a bad injury also. 22. Oh, yeah. 22. Who? We talking about Dak? Who's 22? The Hitman Harry? Harry's not off an injury. Taking down the Panthers. They might. I mean, beat the Panthers preseason. Better than the Seahawks? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. The defense is better than Seattle's. The offensive line. 22 as in JJ. Oh, yeah, 22 off a bad injury also. Yeah. I was thinking number there. That's what happens when I get behind in the chat. Lose track of what I was talking about. The injury is not as bad as people are saying. He tore his MCL, not his ACL, which is by far the better one. And he had a cleanup, but it wasn't an invasive cleanup. It wasn't a second surgery. It was so misreported that it was a second surgery. It was not a second surgery. It was a cleanup. He's fine. Like, he's been cleared since March. Like, he's been full participant since March. No restrictions. Like, he took OTAs fine. So, he at least got a full offseason. Now he missed his full rookie season, which is what I would have liked. Vikings definitely better than the Seahawks. Yeah, I think so. Better defense, better offensive line. Run game's probably going to be better for Minnesota. Kenneth Walker's a better running back, but I don't know if they're going to run the football. And Sam Darnold, yeah. The skill position is definitely much better in Minnesota. I miss the Chuck Foreman, Fran Tarkington era Vikings. DMG is an old school Vikings fan. Yeah, that was the good old days. Those were the good old days. Are you still Nick Cannon's stunt double? Only in the bedroom, Vinny. Only in the bedroom. Hope the kid balls out. He has the weapons. And he doesn't even need to. That's the thing with McCarthy. Like, Sam Darnold had some good games. Sam Darnold, like, people also, like, glaze over. Sam Darnold had, like, a really awful stretch there. Like, he threw 4 or 5 interceptions against the Jaguars last year in a game, and they won that game kicking 4 field goals. Like, Sam Darnold graded out, like, the 14, like, he was 12 to 16 on the quarterback gradings, and he was kind of more like the 15 to 16 range for his full grade out last year. So if J.J. McCarthy can be the 16th best quarterback in the league this year, the Vikings upgraded the offensive line. They're going to run game's going to be better, and the defensive line's going to be a lot better. Like, their pass rush is going to be really good, I think. So, yeah, we'll take a step back. They won 14 games last year. If we win 10 games, we should make the playoffs. Where is this fucking box score? I mean, he was bad against the Colts. See this game. Oh my God. Let's see. I just have to go to game logs, I guess. Samantha Darnold. Let's see. Where's this fucking Colts game? 3 touchdowns, 2 picks against the Colts after losing back-to-back games, and they squeak by a dub. Like, that's so bad. 28 to 34 is not bad, but that game was just painful to watch. Like, anytime they did anything positive. Look at this Jaguars game against the Jaguars, who were awful. 24 of 38, 241, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks. They won 12 to 7. Like, J.J. McCarthy is not playing that bad against the Jaguars. I'm sorry. That's just not happening. Then we had some great games in there as well. Cooked up the Falcons. But this game was 21-21 in the third quarter. And then they kind of opened it up. Played pretty good against Green Bay. I say he played pretty good against Green Bay. And he was good against Seattle. And he had the big touchdown to JJ at the end of that Seattle game. So he definitely had a good finish to the season. And a solid game against the Bears. We were kind of fine in that game. But it was just an ass kicking. The Bears were so bad. Carl Eller, Alan Page, Pro People Eaters. Out of the MCL, ACL, and PCL, the MCL is the easiest to come back from. That is what my doctor, PT professional we've had, Dalston, told me as well. He said, yeah, he's fine. He's been good. He's like, yeah, he could have been back in like February. He could have been playing and practicing. Sam had an okay season, had so much hype. Anyone can do well under the head coach. Yes, that's, I think, our real thing here. Like, Kevin O'Connell, just his system is that good. It's kind of like a Ben Johnson system, Sean McVay. Like, it is successful. Quarterbacks can be successful. Now, you got to kind of push the ball downfield and layer the football and let it rip. Like, Kirk Cousins a little apprehensive at first and was afraid to let it rip. But he eventually got it going, slang the pigskin at the end there, then tore his Achilles. And he opened up Sam Darnold. Now, I wish JJ had the full season last year to practice and stuff like that, because there were rumors they were going to start JJ week 1 against the Giants. Like, they were not trying to make the playoffs last year. They was just like, we're going to start him against the Giants. We're going to go cook, figure out, see how it goes. But they 100% would have switched to JJ McCarthy either after the long week of this Rams game or after this Jags game. After this 3-pick Jags game, definitely would have switched to him. When was the bye? The bye was after the London game, right? No, they played after the London game. They wouldn't have started him versus Detroit. They wouldn't have started him off the bye off Detroit. So, and we got the double international. It's just a really hectic, especially early. If you look at Jaden Daniels' numbers and Bo Nix numbers, I saw that tweet today. I'm never gonna find that tweet. But Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, the first 8 games of the season, were kind of mediocre. Like, Bo Nix was bad, and Jaden Daniels was pretty mediocre. And then as the season went down, as the season went on, they got a lot better. They got a lot better as the season went on. So, and McCarthy, the opening schedule for the Vikings this year is pretty rough. At the Bears, Monday Night Football Week 1, Sunday Night Football Week 2 at home. Bengals Week 3 at home at noon is fine. Like, the Bengals defense is dog shit. They should be fine. Then they're in Ireland against the Steelers and then in London against the Browns. So double international games. And then the Eagles at home coming off a bye. So it's kind of a hectic, weird start. So we may start off slow. We may start off really good. Look, JJ never saw ghosts like Darnold. That is 100% true. And in fact, he is the opposite of seeing ghosts. When the moment gets big, JJ McCarthy steps up. JJ McCarthy steps up when the moment's big, i.e., that Rose Bowl against Nick Saban. Big time plays, big time player. Big time games, he steps up. Grow Garden Trading tiny mimic octopus, 6% mutation dragonfly, and red fox and raccoon or butterfly. I don't know what that means. I feel like I just activated somebody's like sleeper cell code. Darnold was okay. What'd he finish with? 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, 12 picks, 60 QBR. Fine, was good. He had a much better finish than he started. But look at this stretch again. Bad here. Bad here. We threw the ball a ton. A ton last year. Horrible against the line. Horrible here against a bad defense. Horrible against a bad defense. Saw the ghost. Average against the Bears, 24 of 40. 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Like, just average performances everywhere. Bad game against the Jets, 14 of 31. A pick, no touchdowns. Like, you started off really fast. Like, was fine 2-1. Fine against the Giants. We kind of bled that clock out. Was good against the Niners. Did have a 97-yard touchdown pass in that game. Great game against the Texans. 4 touchdowns. They ate the Texans for lunch. But he only was 17 of 28. And then a solid game against the Packers. Did throw a late pick. Then kind of meh. Fine. Bad. He was bad. 18 of 25. 2 touchdowns, no picks. Wasn't good in that game at all. Bad. Meh. Good game against the Bears. They did almost blow that game. Fine against the Cardinals. Great game against the Falcons. Meh. Good game against the Seahawks. Solid game against the Packers. Horrible. So it's not rewriting. It's just like, kind of, I think everyone got so high, like seeing the video of Darnold and like the celebrations, and we rolled off 1 million in a row or whatever. It wasn't all pretty in there, especially in the middle and early. As a guy who watches every snap of the Vikings, it wasn't always all pretty. They did always pull it out, and the defense was always getting a stop. Carlson couldn't even get the field goal. Shaking my head here. Oh, not Carlson. Man, I hate Daniel Carlson so much. Ruined that game against the Packers. Missed those 3 field goals as a rookie. We had to cut his ass, and we wasted a damn field goal pick. Wester going to be our returner this year. He'd be 6th or 7th wide receiver on the depth chart. I don't think they're going to keep 6 or 7 wide receivers, but they'll keep 5 in their kick returner. So maybe they keep 6 because he's a wide receiver. Had a great punt return. Punt return was nice. Punt return was really nice. Probably gonna have to cover kicks too. But his kick return, the punt return was nice. And was he the one that had the kick return too? Was he both returns? But great special teams game. And JJ was clutch in college, doesn't always translate. True, Pat, but I'd much rather have a guy who was clutch in college than who wasn't clutch in college. It's a good starting point. And he's a Michigan man. Very smart guy. Smart school. Tom Brady, father figure. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. No, it doesn't always translate. And especially, like, Michigan had great teams. Like, they were great teams, stacked rosters. But his skill position guys were nothing crazy, man. Like, the wide receivers, like, Colson Loveland was a solid tight end, but his wide receivers were meh. His running backs were good. They ran the ball. The offensive line was fine. But fine. JJ McCarthy wins games. And, yeah, he played kind of bad as a child against TCU in a game they were supposed to win. But they had the wrong signals. Remember, they knew that Michigan was onto their signals, so they totally changed the signals and gave dummy calls out there. And then last year, you guys carried 8 wide receivers last year. That is, and like 2 of them are good. And like only 2 of them can play. But yeah, JJ McCarthy had a really good second half against TCU when they fixed it and they knew the signals were wrong. Also, the more and more you listen to Connor Stallions, the more and more anybody who's on the fence about that, like, my guy was just like stealing, like, he wasn't doing anything like super sus. He was just like reading people's calls and guys weren't switching. Like, they were same dummy, like they had the same active caller. They weren't switching who was the dummy caller. Because normally there's 3 guys signaling. Like, it was pretty bad. Like, he was just, like, better at people and deciphered people's signals better. It's kind of crazy. And then Central Michigan, like, paid him to be on the sideline. Like, he wasn't spying. Like, Central Michigan paid him because they knew they had scouted Michigan State. Miles, what's up? Pittsburgh going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Stairway to 7. Best defense in the world. I don't know about the best defense in the NFL, but it's going to be pretty good. There's a few good defenses out there, but I'm starting to come around to the Steelers. I'm liking Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin talk. Starting to come around to it. I think the run game's going to be pretty good this year. The offensive line, much better. Caleb Johnson, a little bit more fitting of this offense, I think. Going to be a little nice slasher, but if anybody can ruin a rookie running back that's going to be good, it's Arthur Smith. I mean, look what he did to Bijan. Just couldn't even give my man touchdowns. Unbelievable. Actually unreal. That's why I think it'll be 6 or 7 crazy. That's aggressive. Aggressive Baltimore. It's not like they need the extra. I figured they would be the team. They feel like a team that would carry like 1 million secondary guys because they're just trying to develop guys. Like, they just always hit on secondary guys, so they have like 7 of them, and they're all good. 8 corners, 7 corners, 6 corners, something funny. When was the last time Pitt won a playoff game? Uh-oh, shots fired. AFC North, Venom getting spit. Oh, I'm going to be the Bengals supporter in this chat. I will support the Bengals for everybody so we can have some AFC North representation. I'll root for the Bengals just to make things even spicier. Oh my God. All right, so halftime, 16-3, pretty dominating by Old Seattle. Old Seattle?
2, please.
Make that
Old
3.
Seattle. George Hololani, 24-yard touchdown.
Unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment. 3% cash back on salty. 3%.
Where's our Kenneth Walker? I'm just kidding. Where's our Charbonnet?
Movie 3 hours, right?
Troy Horton, 10-yard pass.
Yeah, I'm in this one. Get your tentacles off my 3% cash back. Oh, perfect delivery.
Okay, what are our games tomorrow? There's 3 games tomorrow, too. 10 years ago was the last time. Oh, I knew that. I just thought it was shots fired. I knew it was 2016. It was January of 2016. They lost that AFC divisional game to the Jaguars at home. The Duval Jaguars. The Blake Bortles Jags. That was a tough one. 3 games tomorrow. Only 1 game on TV. Commies Patriots. Lions Falcons. Browns Panthers, baby. That's the game. Shedeur Sanders getting the nod. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's going to be fun. I don't give a shit about the Lions. Let's see if they look any worse than they did in the first game. They look really bad. But I want to see the Panthers-Browns. I want to see the Browns quarterbacks because that's a shit show in of itself. We got 6 quarterbacks on the damn roster. I'm just saying, Cousins never had a better statistical season than Darnold last year, and he hung around 6 years. Yeah, but they were also different. Cousins was going to have a better statistical season, to be fair. Cousins, before he tore his Achilles, Cousins was way ahead of Darnold's pace. Way ahead of Darnold's pace before he tore his Achilles. That team just couldn't stop fumbling the damn football. The 23 Vikings. But he was ahead of that place, and he played 3 years under Mike Zimmer. Cousins only got 1.5 years under KOC. And Cousins' best statistical year was that first year under KOC, I think. That's like he plays for these guys now. Kirky. Stats. Yeah, but look at this year. He was like he was like an MVP guy. He'd already thrown for 2,300 yards. So he was on pace to throw for over like 4,700 yards. 18 touchdowns, so 36 touchdowns plus, because he played 8 games, so there would have been another 9 games. I would say he was pretty high on pace on that. And then 22, 4,500 yards, 29 touchdowns. Did throw more picks. But pretty good year for him. Pretty good year for him. All I know is the only thing about Kirk Cousins was he saved this team from being horrible, and that may have hurt us a little bit. Like, these teams were bad. Like, the 20 team was bad. The 21 team was pretty bad. And he carried a bad team. Like, this is the same thing that Tony Romo had when he was in Dallas. Tony Romo, another guy that kept the Cowboys teams 8-8. And then they would have been probably like four or 5 win teams, and he'd get them to 8-8, 9-8. And they could never get a great pick. But he got injured. Best ability is availability. Yeah, but it was also a freak injury. Like, he tore his Achilles. The Achilles just went. That's a little bit of a freak one. Kirk Cousins is the most durable quarterback, like, in the NFL. Like, he never missed games. Never missed games. He missed 1 game, I think. Like, rested him in 19, I think. Yeah, they rested him before the playoff game in 19. 2020, he got the COVID. He had the COVID. And then 21. I don't know what was 21. What was 21? 21 was them and the rest. 20 was the COVID. What was 21? 21 COVID? I'm going to have to look at his damn game logs. Now you're bringing me back. Were there only 16 games this year? When did they go to 17 games? When did we go to 17 games? There might have been only might have only had 16 games there. When was the COVID? What the fuck? Give me a DMP. Oh my god, this game is so... This fucking ESPN is so stupid. Hold on. Kirk T. Cousins. Game logs. 20. No, they only had 16 games in 20. Yeah, only 16 games in 20, so it was 21 when he had the COVID. It was the Packers game he had the COVID. So Kirk Cousins missed one game for the Vikings before he tore his Achilles. It's pretty good. Do you think Dak is literally Tony Romo? I think he is a slightly worse Tony Romo? Question mark? Was Tony Romo ever bad in the playoffs? Why did I get out of Football Reference? I'm a potato. Probably smacking my gum into the mic, too. Romo. Tony Romo. Nobody had that MVP locked up when Cousins got hurt. Yeah, nobody had that. Cousins low-key has Hall of Fame numbers. Yeah, if you compare, but like if you compare him to guys in his era, I don't think they're as good. And obviously, he only has one playoff win. It's so hard being a Vikings fan in Ohio. We need a solid year. Todd, it's better than being a Vikings fan in Wisconsin. Or a Vikings fan in Michigan now that they want to get all uppity. At least the Bengals and Browns are not the worst. Not the worst to deal with, Todd, but I feel you. 17 was in 23. It was the first time we had 17 games. God. Cousins low-key has never won a game that matters. That's not true, Dakota. He beat the 13-win Saints in a playoff game. 13-win Saints. Point is, 14-3 ain't nothing to sneeze at. Why cast aside the QB that got you there for a currently unknown NFL commodity? Because you spent the 9th overall pick on him, or the 10th overall pick on him, and Sam Darnold was literally the worst quarterback in the NFL the last 2 games he played for you, and the moment was too big for him. That's why. Sam Darnold's always going to be I see ghosts. Not that guy, pal. He's not that guy. That's your problem. Sam Darnold was a bust. Not a proven NFL commodity at all. He had one competent season under our coach, and it's like, okay. Let's look at Romo's playoffs. What did our guy Romo do? Obviously, dropped the snap against Seattle, the extra point. 17-29, 58, 189, 1 touchdown. This is fine. He's a rookie that year, I believe, or first year starting. Yeah, we're not putting Homie in the Hall of Fame for beating the Saints who always choke in the playoffs. Or they cheat. They either choke or cheat, Dakota. But yeah, no, I agree. He's not getting the Hall of Fame for numbers. What about Phillip Rivers? Phillip Rivers is going to be an interesting one. Phillip Rivers not going to get in, and Eli's going to get in because of the 2 Super Bowls. Even though Phillip Rivers significantly better career statistically, win-loss-wise than Eli. Interesting debate. JJ has more potential than Sam Darnold. I would agree. Currently, yes. Not coming out. Like, Sam Darnold coming out was a top prospect. But at his age, his PTSD he has, yeah. Let's see. Lost to the Giants at home. This was the best Cowboys team. 18-36, not good. Touchdown and a pick, bad. Good game. He never had a chance. He never had a chance in this game. He got sacked 6 times. That was like the best Vikings team that I like. That 09 Vikings team, he never had a chance. He got sacked 6 times. He died out there. Jared Allen killed him. 293, 19-31, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Lost. This was the Des Caudick game. 15-19, 78 yards, 191, 2 tutties. Des did not catch it, by the way. So he was fine in the playoffs. No real stinkers besides the Vikings game. And my man never stood a shot. Maybe this Giants game, he wasn't great either. Yeah, 18 to 36, so a couple of stinkers. Think Rivers will make it. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning on it. It'll take him a while. I think he's going to get in, too. Should have won that Packers game. First of all, they should have. It was like 4th and 1. They should have won. Well, he had more than 2 bad games. I showed you his games, like Sam Darnold games. We won a game 12-7 where he was 0 touchdowns, 3 picks against the Jaguars. 3 touchdowns, 2 picks against the Colts that we had to scrape by. So, it matters. Try to win a Super Bowl. Like, you can keep him and be average, but he's also expensive. Like, they're going to pay him $33, $34 million, whatever. Paid him a lot. The Seahawks paid him a lot. For a guy who's seeing ghosts. You need to have a dog. The Lions game is an inexcusable one. Like, the Rams game, the offensive line was bad. He was beat up, but there was literally no excuse for that second Lions game. Guys were running wide open, and he just missed. He was, like, hard. Like, he just missed them constantly. Wide open Jefferson for touchdowns. He was panicked. He panicked. That's not good. That's not good. So, like I said, I'm willing to take a slight step back this year. Get the quarterback rolling. Because, again, you're also not paying 14. We won it again. So, we won a game with him being horrible. That's not wins are not a quarterback stat. Wins are not a quarterback stat. I just gave you a perfect example. Wins are not a quarterback stat. He was average at quarterback last year. Every grading system, every metric will tell you Sam Darnold was about average quarterback last year. Just telling you what every grading system had him as. His EPA was, his expected play per average was average. He didn't overperform expectations. That's how good the system is. That's how good the system is. He's missing JJ and Addison left and right for TDs. Yeah, PTSD game. I don't know. Were you here for that, Zay, when I had that live stream and I had Lion fans trying to tell me otherwise? That was like our biggest stream ever. That stream had like 33,000 viewers. That was a crazy night. And Lion fans were trying to tell me their defense was amazing in lockdown. And I felt like I was taking crazy. They were gaslighting the shit out of me. I was like, guys are running wide open. And he's like just sailing it over JJ's head. And he was like making bad reads. Like there was like the 1 4th down. They ran a rub route to Addison. And he got scared and hesitated and didn't throw it to Addison right off the action. And then he got blown up and there was nothing there. Like if he just catches it and rips it, it's a touchdown. But he was thinking. He was thinking too much. Always thinking. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's also look at So he's a $13.5 million hit this year and a $33.9 million hit next year for Darnold. Oh my God. Why is he not here? Why is Justin Jefferson not here? Here are J.J. McCarthy's cap hits. 4.6, 5.9, 6.9. And those are all fully guaranteed already. So, you're saving $8 million this year $28 million next year. Allows you to get guys like Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen to boost up your defensive line. Also allows you to get Will Fries, put him at guard, bolster that offensive line. Lets you get, whatchamacallit? Who's our center now? Ryan Kelly. Allows you to get those 4 players. So you can get those 4 guys. And J.J. McCarthy or Sam Darnold. Just Sam Darnold. I think that's a big one. Found me in February, I think. All right. I had a big playoff stream, too. But which Vikings is the best? It's obviously Jefferson, the GOAT. Yeah, 5th year's always. Oh, the rookie contracts are fully guaranteed. If they pick it up, but they only got the next 4. And that number will be, the 5th year number's big. I should say bigger. What's the 5th year? What is the club option for the 5th year? They don't have the club option, but it's big. It'll be around the 20 million, 4 years. Yeah. It's around, it pretty much doubles your rookie contract, I think. Something like that. All time, Randy Moss, of course. Vikings, just wide receiver you, baby. Vikings, a wide receiver team. The best, I mean, there's no better franchise than us all time at wide receiver. Playing in my first casino hold'em tourney Saturday. Any advice? Don't show him your cards, first of all. Second of all, I have not played a lot of tournaments. Slow play it, baby. Pick and choose your spots. Don't be afraid to fold. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. Vikings suck. Go Bucks. Jay Tatum. Like, there's no need for that. Vikings did win 14 games last year. No need. There's like the Buccaneers. Like, that's such a random team to be hating for. Yeah, QB would be for like 35 million. I don't think it's. Is it? It's not the tag number. It's not the. Yeah, I know it goes up every year, but it's the tag. I don't think it's the tag number. Because 35, I thought would be like the tag number, the franchise tag number. Bucks about to win the Super Bowl. JT, they are not winning the Super Bowl with that defense, but they sure as shit are going to score a ton of points and be a lot of fun to watch. I think the Buccaneers are going to be fun. I think they're going to be really good on offense, too. All the Buccaneers in fantasy, baby. But the defense is going to be probably their ultimate heel like it was last year. But fuck, they're going to score some points. That offense is going to be fun. Especially if they can keep Godwin and Mike healthy. Pair them with the boo. If you can have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans healthy out there, and then Emeka Egbuka is your third receiver with Cade Otton at tight end, he's going to be looking at the third and fourth coverages of Emeka Egbuka, and he's a pretty good wide receiver. Not a number 1, but he's a number 2 for sure. And if you're playing him as your number 3, he's deadly. Cade Otton's a great running back. Oh, yeah, and the Buccaneers were the most efficient running team in the NFL last year. Bucky Irving's a dog. Still like Rachaad White. Now, the O-line's a little bit banged up, right? Isn't Tristan Wirfs hurt? So, need him better, but that offense is going to be awesome. I'm excited for J.J. McCarthy. Yeah, I'm nervous and excited. I'd be excited if he wasn't on my team. You always want to see the young quarterbacks. The Niners did not have the number 3 wide receiver all time. What? 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 Like, we're not counting. Jerry Rice, fine, you want to put a 1. Randy, 2 at the worst. Terrell Owens is not 3. First of all, T.O. is not 3. T.O. is not 3. In no universe is Terrell Owens 3. In no universe is Terrell Owens 3. No universe. Terrell Owens 3. Megatron 3, maybe. I have Larry Fitzgerald 3. Larry Fitzgerald is my starting slot receiver. I don't care about the stats. Larry Fitzgerald is better than Terrell Owens. That can't be true. Let's see. Let's just pull up the first list. When was this made? Why doesn't this have a date? Okay, this is for like 2015. Should we watch a video? Snowman Sports Media. T.O. is third on the list. Larry Fitzgerald's second on the list for the stats. Larry Fitzgerald got more yards and more receptions. And we all have Randy Moss out there because Randy Moss, #1 yards per catch guy. Isaac Bruce, like I'm not putting Isaac Bruce in the top 5. Isaac Bruce has a ton of yards. I'm not putting Isaac Bruce as one of the best. Steve Smith, like Steve Smith's not even getting in the Hall of Fame, I don't think. Certainly not getting in first ballot. Marvin Harrison was a better receiver than Steve Smith. Like the numbers are like so skewed because of the era of football we've entered. Like, look at Julio. Julio, like, barely played. Julio played 12 years. How long did T.O. play? Forever. Right? 14 years. Larry Fitz, 16 years. Jerry Rice, 19 years, basically. Like, we have a real problem with receiver stats now because of the change. Like, look at Anquan Bolton. Fine receiver. Not a Hall of Famer. But you have, like, these old guys. Andre Reed's in the Hall of Fame. Steve Largent, because they did it when it was so much older. Art Monk. Mike Evans is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Mike Evans is going to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think Hopkins is going to be in the Hall of Fame. He might. Hopkins might. Mike's going to be in. Kelsey's a tight end. Like, look, Hines Ward's not in. Like, look how low Michael Irvin's numbers are. Michael Irvin is one of the 8 best receivers all time. Numbers aren't as good. And I hate the Cowboys. Devontae Adams will probably get in. Megatron's in. Megatron was as dominant as Randy Moss. Musa Muhammad, there's a guy. Not in. Not in. Stephon Diggs will be an interesting one. I don't think he's getting in. That's an interesting one. Deshaun Jackson's not getting in. AB? He's too crazy. They ain't gonna let AB in. He's too crazy. If AB didn't jump off the deep end, AB probably would have got in. If Vontaze Burfict didn't put AB's brain in like a blender on that hit, AB would have been up there. Brandon Marshall's not getting in. Jason Witten's going to get in tight end. Torrey Holt might get in. Reggie Wayne's probably not getting in. Yeah, he's not getting in, Reggie Wayne. So, unless, like, this senior committee bullshit puts him in. So, yeah. My starting 3 would be Jerry, Randy, and Larry. That would be my starting 3 wide receivers. And they complement each other nice. Randy takes the top off. Jerry's my route technician. And Larry can work the middle of the field like nobody's business out of the slot. Kind of a perfect 3 right there if you want to pair everybody. CC, all Chris Carter does is catch touchdowns. Cool, and so would T.O. Like, T.O. would get flagged all day, too. He was a big physical receiver as well. Like, it's just like different. You can't comp errors on like how they play. They're going to play different. Big physical receivers work now. I mean, like Mike Evans works really well in today's NFL. The Hall of Fame career. Julio Jones worked really well. Andre Johnson, a little earlier. Still, big physical guy. You're like one of the first guys that I think have T.O. third all time. But again, Minnesota definitely better receiver history than the 49ers. Randy Moss and Chris Carter, and now you have Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs. And Adam Thielen, too, who had a pretty solid career. Like, they're just so much deeper. So much deeper at Hall of Fame wide receivers. In their prime, especially. Let's see the, like, Raymond Berry. Like, who the fuck is Raymond Berry? Marvin Harrison at 9 is criminal. Megatron 8, just retired. Larry Fitz, but this was also written 10 years ago. T.O. at 6. This is T.O. at 6 in 2015. So there you go. There's a list. This doesn't have T.O. 3. And T.O. was done by then. Steve Largent, again. Lance Allworth. Kind of crazy numbers. Randy Moss 3. Like, Don. Who the fuck Don? Yeah, again, 1945. And then Jerry 1. I don't think anybody out there ever argues 1 and 2. I think Jerry and Randy are 1 and 2 for everybody. Minimum. Uh-oh. Super Mike says Owens 5. Larry's my age. He was nice at Pittsburgh and solid. Yes. Rice, and Moss. No. Or 1-2, no question. Yes. Tom, who's my favorite player ever? God, probably Randy Moss. Maybe Chris Carter was my first ever favorite player. Probably Randy Moss. And then Adrian. I loved Adrian Peterson. I also love like Pat Williams, like random. Antoine Winfield's like my favorite defensive Viking player ever. Antonio Brown, scrambled egg brains. Rice, Moss, Megatron, Fitz, T.O. NFL has Tutson 2 all time. Guy was dog, but all before. Yeah, like the 40s, like it's hard to compare. Like let's start with like the merger. Like I think the merger is a good place to start looking at football. Kind of like baseball pre-19, it's kind of hard. Baseball before like after the 20s, like before World War II, like right before, like 1940s, kind of a real start. Maybe the 30s. Jerry, Randy, Larry, Calvin, Reggie, Wayne, Marvin Harrison is top 5. Steve Smith wasn't a first, second, or third year for eligibility for the Hall of Fame. Yeah. T.O. would be in the Hall of Fame at every receiver position. Well, they don't go in receiver positions. That would be crazy work if they did. Don't forget Addison or Harvin, true for the Vikings. True. I just think the list of, the Vikings list is like 18 deep. There's just so many great wide receivers. Anthony Carter. If y'all don't know about Anthony Carter was a menace to society. I think he has the playoff receiving record. Most yards in a postseason, I think. Maybe Larry Fitz broke it, but he played 2 extra games. Like, Anthony Carter went off for like 200 against the 15-1 San Francisco 49ers in 87. The 49ers were 15-1, and he bounced them in the second round, in the divisional round. He went off for like 212, 220. And he did the same against the Saints in the week before in the wild card. Anthony Carter, insane wide receiver. He was good. Man, Percy Harvin and the migraines. Sad day. Always had those damn stupid migraines. All right. That's going to do it for us tonight, guys. I just wanted to give you all a little bit of stream heads up. If you haven't already, drop that like button. Check out the link down below. Check out the Google Sheet if you want to sign up and come talk your team heading into the season. Stream tomorrow night. I will not be on. I recorded the college football playoff. I'm almost done with the first round of the quarterfinals. Recording. I live commentated it. So we've been doing the college football sims overnight. I live commentated these games. So if you want to listen to me and see my reactions, you can watch that tomorrow night. So that'll be on tomorrow night, probably around 11 or midnight. I'll start it a little bit earlier because it is a Friday night, but I won't be live. I got stuff to do, but I'll be live again Tuesday night after the preseason games. Normal time. Actually, games will probably still be going on. 10 o'clock Saturday night, 11 Eastern, 10 Central, 8 Pacific. I was trying to think of the Pacific time. So I'll be back on. We'll have content on live these next 2 days. We're getting close, boys. It's football season. It's football season. Everybody celebrate. All right. I just hated how Randy Moss's career had a sour taste to end his career. Yeah. They had him and then they left because he was being a piece of shit to some people. That was a weird Vikings team too in 2010. Retired as a 49er. Hey, they tried to get him the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl against your Ravens. Another wild game because the power went out. So, do appreciate everybody stopping by. Thanks for hitting that like button. Thanks for stopping in. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.